and welcome to the Pink Sheep Tales podcast. Pink Sheep Tales? What's this all about, I hear you ask? Well, the name is based on the old saying, black sheep of the family, and tales, T-A-L-E-S, is a play on words because we'll be hearing people's life stories. So through this podcast, I'm so excited to be able to share these remarkable stories from inspirational children and adults with you. These everyday people are building amazing businesses, excelling in their careers, exceptional in their industries, choosing unique career paths, and all in the name of living their best life. My goal is to encourage listeners to follow their passions and be inspired by our pink sheep who have and are doing just that. So let's do it. Let's open the gate and hear this week's Pink Sheep Tale. Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Pink Sheep Tales. Today I have a young lady with me, a young lady I've known for, I think we were just saying, maybe about 4 years. Yeah. And over the years, I've seen her do all these magnificent tasks around the house that have helped out with her family. And her dad is very proud of her, and I quite often see Dad when I'm here, and he does tell me about things you've done around the house, and he's really proud, and he knows that it's helping everybody, and you love it as well. Yeah. So I thought, gotta get her on here and let everyone know her story. So I'll introduce you, our young lady, Tessa. How are you?
Good, thank you.
And we decided, I think we're going to call you an organising enthusiast.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, it's great. As we were saying, Dad is very proud, Mum is very proud of everything that you've done around the house in your different organising tasks that you've taken it upon yourself to do, and we're going to talk about those soon. But would you like to give everyone a little brief, who am I, on yourself, Tessa?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm in year 8 and I love dancing and obviously organising. I like to be organised with obviously dancing and my schoolwork, and like to try as hard as I can in everything.
Oh, that's great. So you're in year 8, so second year of high school.
Yeah.
Things kind of ramping up a little bit and you're getting a little bit more responsible with all your work. And
yeah.
So how many years? 2 more years and then you'd be a senior?
I think so.
In year 11? Yeah. Oh, excellent. And you love, quite often when I'm here, I see you heading off to dancing.
Yeah.
And what sort of dancing do you do?
I do contemporary, lyrical, ballet and jazz.
And how often are you going to dance classes?
I think 5 days a week.
Wow.
For a couple of hours a day.
And when did you take your first dance class?
I think when I was 5 or just turned 5, I think.
Did you love it from the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favourite thing about it?
I don't know, just this performing, I think, and working towards the performance, and then showing friends and family like what I can do, and just the performance, I think.
Do you love the costumes?
Yes.
I love the costumes too. It's fantastic. Well, I think that's really great. Good on you. And you love your organising.
Yeah.
How about sport? Do you like sport? Or do you have a favourite sport?
I do play touch and volleyball with school, but it's not as much my thing as dancing, but I give it a crack anyway.
Oh, good. Good on you. I think, is it Mum or Dad who's an avid AFL supporter?
Dad.
Dad, who's his team?
The Sydney Swans.
Sydney Swans, yes, because I think you've got a family photo of you all dressed up in
our red and white.
Yes, yeah. Oh, awesome. So do you get to go watch AFL games often?
Well, my sister and Dad will go down to Sydney once a year to go see a game there, but I'm not as involved in it as they are, so I stay here with Mum, and we usually do something together.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. And at school, do you have any favourite subjects that you really enjoy?
I really enjoy drama and maths, and I like writing in English, but not so much the analytical essays and everything, but I love short stories and letting my imagination run wild.
Yeah. Well, speaking of imagination, creativity, you're a little painter as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I like to paint in my little spare time.
Yeah. So I know you had more time when you were in primary school
Yeah.
to be doing it, and you've got some great paintings hanging up in the house, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of good ones, but I'm very self-critical with my painting. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's great. I'm like, oh, it could be a lot better. And
Yeah. I think everyone sort of has a little bit of self-doubt on things.
Yeah.
But no, I think they're really great, and you can always just paint another one and keep improving, and oh, well, fantastic. So you're a young lady who has many, many interests, and I love that one of them is organising. So let's get in and talk about some of your favourite organising tasks that you've done around the house that you're really proud of. So where would we like to start?
Maybe in our mum calls it the rumpus room, but I call it the playroom. And in our bathroom, it's also got like our one side's got the washing machine and the dryer, so we don't really have a proper laundry. So we have all of our like hanging clothes and laundry baskets in our playroom, and Dad does all the ironing in there as well, so that he can watch TV while he irons.
So when you before you did your organising task, so are you talking about the little cupboard, the baskets on the mirrored wall? Okay, so what was there before that you thought, oh, I can really organise this?
Well, we used to hang our clothes on some of the playroom benches, like the ones that were ironed and ready to be collected, and I thought this is just weird because when my friends or people came over, I had to go put everyone's clothes away for them. And so I was like, we need a better system. So we went to IKEA and we got this, it's actually a wardrobe, but it just looks like a normal storage cupboard. So it kind of hides the laundry in the playroom sort of thing. And we did some switching round of the bookshelves and things in the room. So now we have, the wardrobe it's got 4 sections on one side, 4 little cubes. And so when our clothes are ready to be put away, Dad will sort them from Mum, him, my sister, and I, and my clothes. So, and then we just go into those cubes every now and then to collect our things, and our ironed clothes and our unironed clothes, or just not ironed clothes, are hanging up in the wardrobe, and we've got like a little divider thing. And that just like conceals them, I guess.
Keeps it all tidy, doesn't it? Yeah. And so before, everything was sort of running along the back wall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So now that's freed up. You've got some buffets there, like tables, but now it looks more open, doesn't it? Yeah. And it's a definite ironing area now for Dad, isn't? I think it's fantastic. Does Dad love doing the ironing in there now? Yes. And I love your little baskets idea, because sometimes Dad might be in a rush, or you don't have time to put your clothes away, but they're all in that spot, and you know they're either in your cupboard or in your basket or in the washing. So it's great. And the baskets that you've got, those plastic baskets with the lids on the mirrored wall, I remember you had done that probably about a year ago now, would you say?
Yeah.
So what was there before?
Before, I've done the shelves lots of times, but to start with, they just had lots of different shoe boxes, lots of these plastic boxes just filled with stuff. But then over time when we stopped using that, some of those like painting things, and I still keep some of the paints and paintbrushes, but all these stamps and stuff, and on the Christmas holidays I did it all again, and we got some white plastic baskets to replace these brightly coloured big baskets that had paint all over them that we've had for ages, and I kind of just organised them from a paint box and sort of like a sewing box and just like creative stuff.
Yeah. So now it's easier. So who would use those mostly?
Mainly me.
Yeah. So now do you find it easier to quickly find your things?
Yeah.
And were there some items in there that you thought, I'm getting a bit old for those, or I don't really use those anymore? Yeah. So that was a good process as well to declutter and know what stock you have. So if you have a little creative burst, you can just pop in there and know exactly what you've got.
Yeah. I really like decluttering and only really having stuff that I use. So like whenever I grow out of clothes or I've finished a book, I usually like donate them if they're in good condition to binnies or just a local clothes bin.
Oh, that's fantastic. So do you have a time of year that you would do that, or do you just kind of play it by ear?
Just whenever I'm like, this is bad, but whenever I can't fit any more clothes in the drawer, I'm like, I need to get rid of some then.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's a good indication that it might be time for a downsize, a declutter. Oh, good on you, Tessa. That's great. So that's our laundry. I know another area that you're really proud of is the pantry.
Yeah.
So what was happening in the pantry before you zhushed it?
So we kind of just had everything just kind of sitting on the pantry shelves, but we thought that we would redo it because in January we always make a January job list, and we thought that we'd put the pantry on the job list. So Mum and I did this one together, and we just went to Kmart a couple of times actually because we kept getting more boxes and sort of storage container things that you can pull out from the shelves, and they've got dividers inside of them, so little sections where you can have like spices or cooking oils and stuff like that. And we did a big throw out of stuff that at the back of the cupboard that was past its use by date, and I think it's a lot easier to access things now. And just more organised instead of having everything just sitting on the shelves, but now they're in their own little separate containers. You can easily find things.
Yeah, it's awesome. It looks fantastic. And so when you did that cull of things that were past their use by date, or some things might have been coming up to their use by date, did you make were you like, actually we could use these for, let's have this for dinner and that for dinner, like a little food planner for that week? Sometimes people do that just so to use the things up. So they might go, oh, our beef stroganoff mix is going to be used by the end of the week. Let's have it for dinner tonight.
Yeah, and it was also sort of a reminder because my sister and I are baking all the time, and I'm actually going to do some baking this afternoon.
Oh, excellent.
And so we didn't realise because those little cupcake patties were kind of just scattered all over the pantry, and we didn't realise how many we actually had. So it's just a reminder that we won't need to buy them for the rest of the year. Like we have so many, and just finding little things like, oh, I forgot that was there, and
it's a good money saver too, for mum and dad. So saving on the little cupcake holders. Yeah, fantastic. What are you cooking this afternoon?
I'm cooking banana and oat and chocolate chip cookies. Ooh. They don't look good. They don't look good because the banana oil makes them look a bit oily, and so does the coconut oil in them, but they taste very good.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah, I know you love your baking.
Yeah.
Last time I was here, what had you made? You'd made some cookies.
Yeah.
And a little, was that chia seeds?
Yeah, it was like a seed slice, which didn't go very well. I burnt it, but
Oh,
but
it looked good still. It looked fine. Ah, well, fantastic. So that'll be a fun little afternoon for yourself. And then I suppose the one place that you're in the most and has most impact on you is your room.
yeah.
And you're really proud of how you keep your room and keep it organised. I love the colour scheme as well. It's pink. So, love it. So what are the things that you're most proud of with your room, or that you maintain the system to keep it looking so lovely?
Well, a couple of years ago, a built-in wardrobe was put in my room, and it's got like sliding mirrors as well, because my room's not very big. The mirrors make it look a lot more open, because it reflects the whole, like all of my room. And I think inside of that there's lots of storage cubes and everything, and once it got put in, I was so excited to put everything back and organize it all. And originally, where there were some cubes, I kind of just had my clothes stacked on them, but maybe a year ago I got some boxes, little fold up boxes from Kmart, and just to put like that the boxes would fit in the shelves, and then put the clothes inside of that. So like a pajama one, a swimming one, and
so they're sitting. So they're on the shelf, and they're not. So it's the things that face out to you. The things are sort of face up. So you pull the little boxes out,
and I can go into the box. Yeah,
and you've got everything in there like a little filing system.
Well, I've got dividers inside of the boxes, so it's easier to use.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. And what else? What else have you done in this room?
Inside the drawers of the wardrobe, I like to keep my shirts and my shorts and my dance wear neatly folded. Like, I don't like it if I'm running out of time or something, I just have to throw them in there, because I kind of fold them so that you can see just a little bit of a little bit of the shirt just poking out.
Do you mean if it has a print or something on it, you can see that? Yeah.
Yeah, and so you can easily just see them all kind of lined up next to each other. And that's probably like it for the wardrobe. I always make my bed in the morning.
How do you feel if you don't make it?
Just,
It's almost, I'm the same. I love to make my bed in the morning too. And it's kind of, if you don't, you're like, I just forgot to do something. And you kind of feel all day like, something's, I haven't done something. And it's lovely coming home to a nice made bed, isn't it?
And getting into it. Getting into it at night.
And you've got a little cushion system happening there too, so that's always nice, isn't it? So your desk as well, you always keep that really organised, and you've got some little trinkets up here that I feel like you'd be doing your homework and they just would give you a little smile or a little bit of inspiration or something really pretty to look at while you're doing your homework. Is that what happens?
Yeah. So, and also just like I've got a little cup there for my pens and pencils, and actually just above my desk I've got like a paper pad where it's got lots of these sheets of paper where it's got a list for you to write your homework down and for top priorities, and it's actually even got a thing to mark off how many glasses of water you've had, and just for notes and stuff that's due tomorrow. And I like to keep that updated, so each weekend or when I come home from school, I just get out my school diary with all my homework in it, and I just write down what I need to do and what I'm expecting myself to have finished by tomorrow. So I like to be organised.
Oh, that's really
like
good.
that.
And I see you've got a colour system happening as well. So what do the different colours mean?
So,
people might have seen this in shops. So this is from Kiki K, and it's you've got this. That's what it's titled. So it's kind of like a to-do list.
Yeah.
And then you've got let's say 10 items there, and then you're using a pink highlighter, yellow highlighter, and would you say orange? It's like an orange, isn't it?
Yeah, pinkish.
Yeah. And so those 3 colours, what do they mean?
Well, I've got a colour for things that's due on Monday, and then for the pink, it's due on Tuesday, I think, and the yellow is for due on Thursday, so when they're due. And I just like that to kind of see like my priorities and what I need to do first.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a very good system. And you're holding a little Kiki K notebook.
I love Kiki K.
Yeah, we were talking about that before because I've got my little Kiki K for one of them, books with me and a pen. It's a great shop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because do you think that it's much more fun organising and doing your homework when you've got stationery or items around you that are really pretty or it's like pretty and functional?
Yeah.
Makes it more fun, doesn't it? Yeah. I love it too. So was there anything else in your room?
Well, beneath my desk, well, actually attached to the desk, it's this little rack, and I still love squishy toys made out of foam, but I used to collect them all the time, and I loved them, but I still find them really good for when I'm stressed. And when we bought the desk, I didn't think about it at the time, but when we got home and assembled it, I was like, this rack is perfect for my squishies. So I've got them all lined up underneath, and so that they're out of the way, and you can't actually see them from when you're standing, but if you go underneath, I can easily grab them when I'm doing my homework. If I need like something, it's really stressful.
Yes, it's great. It's like this little secret shelf. So you've got your desk, and then you sit on your chair, pull the chair under the desk, and it's almost like mid-shin height.
Yeah.
And the little shelf right at the back there. And that's our squishies.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, and it's great that you've got a little, if you are getting stressed, you've got something to help you there.
Yeah.
So that's great stress management, Tessa. Good on you. I'm sure you've inspired a lot of other young ladies and young men, even older people, to put some organising systems in their room to be as organised as you are. Before, when Mum said bye-bye and let us start the interview, she was mentioning about a really nice thing you did for her one day with her drawers.
Yeah.
Would you tell everyone about that, please?
Sure. So one day I just thought like Mum's always very busy in the mornings, like doing my hair and making my lunch, and I'm very thankful for that. So I thought, just to make her morning a bit easier, I did her drawers so that everything was very like accessible, and I left a little note saying that I hope that like made her mornings a bit less stressful because of me.
Yeah, that's lovely. So was it her drawers in the wardrobe?
Yeah.
So all her things that would be in the wardrobe you'd organise those. How long do you think that took you?
Oh, it didn't take very long. I kind of just took some things out and put them back in, like nicely folded, and so that she could see all of them.
Oh, I think that's really lovely, and Mum really loved it. I could tell that's something she really remembers, and makes her feel really, really nice, and shows that you really love her too. So I think that's fantastic. And isn't it funny how it obviously comes natural to you and it comes natural to me, and we really love it because we know I can do this really quickly.
Yeah.
I like super quick, and it will make an impact on your life that is really great, and I love doing it, and it's win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. And do you often leave little notes around? Is that something the family does?
I leave notes everywhere. If like I'll say like I'll give a note to Dad if like he's doing some work, and I'm gonna go to bed, like I'll leave a note just saying like I'm going to bed now.
Oh, that's sweet. And parents love those things, so that's really lovely, Tessa. And there was you were saying you were out to dinner last night, and Dad remembered something that you used to do when you went to the tennis court.
Yeah.
What was that?
So at my primary school, I would take a broom up there, and because only 2 people can play tennis, I'd let my sister and Dad go first, and while I was waiting for my turn, I would sweep the leaves off the tennis court. I like sweeping, and I just found it very satisfying.
And you could see it was something that needed to be done.
Yeah.
And you liked to do it.
Yeah.
So perfect. And we would, before we started the interview, when you were telling me about that story, I was saying how that's a very good trait of yours, that you can be self-motivated and take the initiative to do things that you don't have to do, but you can see it would benefit other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So take that one into your work life as well, because it's it's fantastic when people are like that. So good on you, Tessa. Just off organising, I know you went on a big trip with your mum.
Yes.
At Christmas time, just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Was it just before or just after?
It was just before, at the start of the holidays.
Where did you go?
Me and my mum went to Hawaii.
How awesome.
Yeah.
What was your favourite thing?
I really loved spending time with Mum and just relaxing and kind of, I don't know, it was the end of the school year, quite stressful, so just going away with Mum for a week and enjoying that.
Oh, would have been lovely. Did you get great weather?
Yes.
Are you a surfer?
No.
No? Were there great waves? Could you? Yeah.
Well, we did go to a place that had waves, but at the beach that we were staying at, the hotel that was next to the beach, no waves at all. So it was kind of just like a nice pool sort of beach. Yeah, it was lovely.
Was it busy?
It was busy on the beach. Not many people in the water. I'm not sure why.
Oh gosh. Oh, fantastic. You all were away.
Yeah.
At that time, weren't you? Your sister was in Germany?
Yes.
And Dad was in America?
Yes.
So you were...
Yeah.
And when you came back together,
Yeah.
did you have lots of stories to tell each other?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. I see you've got some new photos hanging around the home.
That was a gift for Mum for her birthday.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fantastic, Tessa. So do you have other girlfriends or just in your friends group who love organising as well?
Well, my friend who I've known since prep, like I was always organising, and she was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And so now she loves to tidy things and keep things organised.
Oh, excellent. And have you watched any of the Marie Kondo shows or anything like that?
No. I should though.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of them. Yes, it's very interesting seeing how other people go about their organising and their methods and tips you can learn from them. And so it's really great. She's super cute. Like, just I love her whole philosophy on things that, her spark joy. Yeah, I think that's really lovely. I think we might have done it. Woohoo! Well done to you. So thank you so much for giving us your afternoon on a Sunday, and you've got some baking to do later on. So thank you so much, Tessa, and I hope have you enjoyed the interview?
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're a lovely young lady, and I think it's fantastic what you're doing to help your family and taking the initiative to do your organising, and that you love it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before we started, you had said that when you leave school you'd like to be a professional dancer. So I think it's definitely a goal that you can achieve because you've got yourself, you're in your training and you're dedicated and you're organised, so you can do anything you want. That's fantastic, Tessa. All right, well, we'll sign off for now and we'll say bye-bye to everybody. And you keep us up to date with any new organising systems you have happening or anything in your life that you'd like to share with us, because we'd love to keep up with it.
Okay.
Alrighty, so we'll sign off for now. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening, and I hope you really enjoyed this week's tale. Let me now invite you to pop over to our Facebook group called Pink Sheep Tales Podcast, and there you can stay up to date with all the exciting news from our pink sheep. You can also find myself at OCD, Organising, Cleaning and Decluttering Specialist on Facebook or on my website ocdpro.com.au. Well, I'll catch you back here next week. Until then, enjoy yourself.